Hey, Nathan Peterson here, OCD and anxiety specialist. When I'm diagnosing OCD, I look for three main areas, and you have to have all three. Did you know that the world portrays OCD incorrectly? I mean, search on Google. How do I know if I have OCD? And majority of the things you will find are going to be incorrect. They get it wrong. For example, you know you have OCD if you do these things. You love to keep your house clean. You like things to be orderly. It drives you crazy to see a crooked picture on the wall. If you're a perfectionist, you like things to be a certain way. Wrong. While this is a very vague response, it almost makes it sound like it's a fun thing. It's a positive thing. It's so great to have OCD. Yay! When you're reading these articles, it's all like fun and happy. It's exciting. No wonder so many people question if they actually have OCD because they're not getting the correct information. But let me tell you, there's nothing exciting about someone who experiences OCD. I'm going to give you three real ways that you can tell if you actually experience OCD or not. And like I said, you're going to need all three, so make sure you listen up to all of them. Indication number one, out of the blue, you tend to have intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts can be about anything. They can be thoughts that are forced, unwanted. They aren't fun thoughts. Like, I need to clean my kitchen because I prefer it to be clean. No, they're more like, I better clean my kitchen because if I don't, there's a chance that I will be responsible for something bad happening. Maybe I will contaminate somebody with their food because I didn't clean it well enough. It's possible one of my kids is gonna get hurt because I didn't pick that thing up. If you can see the difference, one is a threat and one is a preference. It's a threat that happens in the brain that you're not able to move forward until you give into it. This thought is a random thought. It's very pressing, it's very forced, it happens over and over and over again. These intrusive thoughts can be harm related. Someone may question their relationship. They may question their sexual orientation. If they're a good person, they're worried that they did something wrong. They're worried about those past experiences and they cannot move past it. They might be worried that they're blasphemous. Maybe they're dishonest. They could be worried that they can't stop noticing how many breaths they are taking. Ultimately, the thing to remember is that these thoughts can be terrifying. But here's the thing. Those with OCD hold on to these thoughts and they repeat them and they repeat them and they repeat them. Those without OCD can actually have the same intrusive thought, but it stays for a few seconds and then it moves on. The brain sees it and says, oh, well, that was disturbing. And then they move forward. They get back to whatever they were doing. Anyone and everyone can have intrusive thoughts. In fact, it is said that 94% of the world have intrusive thoughts. And in my opinion, I feel like the other 6% are lying. Indication number two, these intrusive thoughts are mixed with lots of anxiety and distress. Your body and brain are trying to find a way for you to make sure that these thoughts are accurate or not. Because of this anxiety, it has put a lot of meaning and a lot of thought. It tells you that because you had this thought, it must be accurate. Because you're feeling anxious. The brain tells you when you're in danger, you're feeling anxious, it must mean something, right? The brain gets so hyper-focused on understanding and problem solving and fixing. But what happens is that there actually isn't a problem. The brain starts looping. It continues to replay the same thought over and over and over, hoping that this time you'll get a better glimpse of the answer. I am a good person. I wouldn't really do that thing. No, I wasn't blasphemous. But then the brain starts doubting all over again. Someone without OCD can have this intrusive thought mixed with anxiety, but again, it doesn't stay very long. So are your intrusive thoughts happening often? And are they mixed with lots of anxiety? Your body has told you that you had this intrusive thought, you had this anxiety, let's do something to get rid of it. That's its job, right? It's telling you to do a compulsion. A compulsion is anything you're trying to do to get this thought to go away. It's trying to understand that there's a real threat and you gotta get it to go away because the anxiety won't go away unless you do. But it's a way for you to feel better. And what's the problem with feeling better? Well, with OCD, it means that the brain is learning that you are going to fix a perceived threat. A perceived threat is anything that is a guess. You're wondering, you're not sure. And it's saying, this must have been accurate and real because you had to do something about it. Using my example earlier, I gotta clean the kitchen or else. The compulsion is cleaning the kitchen because the brain said I have to do it. something bad might happen. Maybe I'm looking around at my family members to see where they're touching, what they're doing. Make sure no one gets hurt. Maybe I'm asking for reassurance. Did you touch the counter? Did you do this? Did you eat that M&M that I had on there? Maybe I go online and I research a bunch of things. What are the odds of somebody getting sick because I didn't clean well enough? The brain is tricking you into believing that you will actually come to a conclusion. Your brain will magically know the answer and then it can move on, yay! But that's not really what happens. What really happens is that the brain tricks you into thinking you finally got it. That answer, you got it, you can move forward. And then all of a sudden it starts doubting all over again. But wait, I forgot about this part. Oh, maybe people don't really know how serious I am about this thought. If they knew, maybe they would change their answer they gave me. Or what if that thing that I researched, that one person said that, oh, they got sick because of that one thing. Oh, I don't know, but maybe that actually did happen to me. And it just goes right back to all the thinking and questioning and I don't know. The brain is making you do a lot of logic. It's the logic that keeps you trapped. I know you don't want to be trapped. Because of all these compulsions, you actually are feeling some relief. It was during the compulsions. Ultimately, you have to find yourself having the thought, you have the anxiety that comes in, you do the compulsion, and you feel better. And then after a little while, you have to do it again. That is the trap of OCD. You're doing it again, you're doing it again, you're doing it again. Your brain may even tell you that this is different. This thought is different. I know Nate is giving me some examples here, but mine are different. It doesn't fit in that category. It's such a lie. Everyone feels that way. Mine have to do with my family. That's important. You're talking about these little baby stuff over here. Don't get stuck in that trap and thinking yours is different. OCD is OCD. Here's my equation if you've missed it before. A perceived threat followed by anxiety tends to be OCD. Perceived is the key word here. It means we're guessing that there's danger. We actually can't see anything. And I want to know for you, how do you experience OCD? How do you know it's OCD for you? Let me know down in the comments. And if you have OCD, make sure you go watch my video on the 25 tips to help you manage your OCD. They are awesome. They're gonna get you one step better to recovery. And if you haven't yet, check out my online OCD program that takes you through all the treatment, everything you need to know to help you master your OCD. Thank you so much for watching, and I we'll see you next time.